morning, everyone. Sorry, my mom texted me like right as I went live. I'm going to visit home at the end of this month, and then literally the same week that I'm leaving, I have to go back because one of my cousins is getting married. Unfortunately, just the way everything kind of got scheduled. Busy couple of weeks at the end of August, beginning of September. But anyway, I'm here now. Okay. I realize I'm like stretching and I'm like, I don't have a bra under my sweater. That'd be terrible. But I don't think anyone can even see past there. Okay, we're fine. Also, nothing's popping out. I made sure. I didn't think about things before I went and stretched. Well, good morning. We're doing another just little chill morning stream. I really enjoy just kind of sitting and doing a to-do list, doing some journal entries. And again, I feel like, so not next week, but the week after, I'm gonna have some breaks in my streaming, which honestly we'll go over them right now, because I just was talking to my mom about scheduling. Let's see. Okay, so August 31st, I will not be streaming. Because I will be coming home from my trip. I have to go to the doctor, but my doctor is back where I used to live. But she's the only primary that really has listened to me, so unfortunately, when you have chronic illness, you gotta just take what you can get. So, I gotta go back home. Not really home, but where I used to live. So August 31st, I will not be streaming. And then I will be at a wedding September 4th. So August 31st and September 4th, I will not be streaming like usual. We will do a stream September 2nd. And then I will try to do maybe a morning stream September 3rd. Because I won't be heading out until later on that day. But so it'll probably just be another chill little morning stream. And then after that, I will not be on September 7th either, because I'll be coming home from the trip that weekend. And then I'm pretty good for a couple weeks, and then I will be streaming September 21st. But then my surgery is September 22nd, so it's a give or take. We will see where I'm at September 23rd, September 25th. Probably the week after will be a little easier to stream, but just with everything so fresh, I heard that the first couple of days were really rough, so I probably won't be on September 23rd, but we will see. We will see how much I can tough through and how much I need to really just lay down. Unfortunately, I can't lift for like literally 6 weeks, like nothing over like 10 pounds I can't lift for like 6 weeks, so that's gonna be really tough. But after a certain point, they want me to like walk around, like do little laps and stuff. I have to talk to them about getting upstairs and if that's something that is allowed for first little bit. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there. But anyway, yes, I will try to update my stream schedule so that all goes in there. Perfect. You know what else you could do? You could just grab me by my arms and I'll lay down and you can just drag me up the stairs. Surely that won't harm any of my internal stitches or external stitches. It'll be fine. I need this. You don't understand how much I need this, please. Oh my god. Please. Anyway. So yes. I'll also put like an updated like little schedule post with kind of the dates that I'll be missing going forward, blah blah blah. Try to be more organized. I'm really trying here, you guys. I'm really trying. Anyway, you know what? Since we're here, let's adorable. Okay, to-do list. We can take that down. We did all that. Add a new task. Make schedule post or end of on start of sub. And surgery. Cool. Kind of fits. Put laundry away. Which is currently on its way to uploading, so we're almost there. What else the hell was I gonna do? Oh my god, you guys. I make lists so I don't forget, and I forget while I'm making lists. I was gonna say something. What the fuck? Oh. Oh yeah, we're gonna do self-care today for sure. That is a must. I've gotten a lot of stuff done. Maybe. I need some backlog of content to kind of post. Okay, that's a good to-do list. A lot of my house stuff is done, so any of the house stuff is like just general upkeep, very light work, so. Let's see. I like doing my horoscope online. That was fun. The 20th? Let's see. My horoscope's really been calling my ass out lately. It doesn't normally. Anytime I like have someone read my cards or like do horoscope stuff, my ass gets called out. It feels like anytime that I'm like, maybe I need like a spiritual, like some spiritual help because I feel a little lost, and then the universe is like so ready to fucking call my ass out. I'm like, never mind. Why am I even here, huh? Like, there have been so many times where I've gotten my cards read and I was like literally like sobbing, and I'm like, oh my god, why would they say that? Why would the cards even say that to me? I feel like my one friend, we're not friends anymore, but I used to have one of my friends do my cards, and he would like, every time he would read my cards, I would just be like crying. He was like, I don't know that I should be reading your cards anymore. I was like, no, it's okay. I need to hear this. Please go on. Really? I forgot the O. Good. I really like when other people like do my card reading and stuff, or like horoscopes are cool because someone else does it. I feel like I have a hard time doing spirituality like for myself. I like having other people's input and help. Oh my god. also just got my like chart read by this like Korean spiritual lady, and it's really intense. It's so well done, but like this person knows nothing about me, and like things from my mental health stuff down to like my physical health stuff are showing up, and it is like absolutely wild. I think too, I really like seeing like non-white straight people to do my stuff, because I don't know, I think that like whitewashed spirituality is extremely racist and has taken away a lot of like the whole like do no harm bullshit is very much like, I don't believe in like the white magic stuff. I think it's just white supremacy, and nobody wants to have that conversation, because like spirituality was taken from other cultures and then whitewashed and then spit back out so that it keeps people like submissive and not willing to fight back. Also, again, we took other cultures' spirituality and then whitewashed it, so it's not even our own. It's stolen from other people, and other people were killed for those religions. I'm also kind of sleepy, so there's probably better wording I could use with all things and a better point that I can make, but just morning thoughts. Yeah, no, I hate it. I hate when I get my cards read and stuff. It's usually just genuine concern. There's a lot underneath the surface, you guys, and I think that if I was more open and honest, it would be a lot better for me, but also it's very hard because there's a lot of weight inside. I'm better now. I'm in a better place. I'm not a threat to myself anymore. I'm stable that way. It's just, unfortunately, you cannot erase 28 years of very severe trauma. Okay. So, this is my horoscope. I feel like I should read them instead of just typing them out, because I realize it's kind of a little hard to read for some reason typing. I gotta fix that. I'll figure it out. So my horoscope for today, 08/20. Your heart is not a battlefield. You've fortified your heart with steel and concrete, scanning for threats that aren't there. The battle scars you wear proudly have become your prison. Today, try laying down your weapons. Watch what happens when you stop fighting. I think I added notes on my last horoscope, didn't I? my note for my horoscope. The walls I've built were to protect from a lot of pain and suffering, to avoid the hurt that happened when I let my walls down, and the lack of trust I have for people as a whole now. I got sick of being hurt in the same ways over and over, but I am tired of feeling so alone in the world. Where is my community? Where are my friends? I don't want to feel the same loneliness I felt since I was a child anymore. So, yes, very sad. Anyway. Really? That was a thing too that keeps coming up in my chart so far. It's like 50 something pages. So I literally fell asleep reading it last night. I was like half asleep and I like opened my eyes and I had my phone in my hand and I was reading. I was like, okay, I gotta put this down. The way to go to sleep, I guess, is reading. I don't do that enough. I got like a backlog of books I want to read, but I'm also like waiting to, I guess at this point, to like get too far into reading because I know I'm gonna need stuff to do when I'm recovering from surgery. That's gonna be tough, you guys. I'm not looking forward to like not being able to like do a whole lot. I'm not used to having to like actually sit down and rest. It's never really been my life. It's gonna be very difficult. This is usual for me, guys, but it's been worse this past week. Let's do what's on my mind. I feel like the tarot, or not the tarot, the horoscope reading kind of ends up opening stuff. I always feel like it's easier for me to get stuff out when I write. Sometimes it's hard for me to do videos talking about stuff because it's like I just stare. But also too, because I have ADHD, and like my brain will go in like 5 different directions if I'm just verbally talking. So when I can type stuff out, it like actually helps so much to like focus on a thought, like a stream of thought. I feel like it's still a little all over the place. I can only help that I have ADHD so much, folks. But yeah. My first therapist wanted me to write a book. And she told me she would read my book, and I was like, I don't know if you're supposed to tell me that. Thank you. I don't know if I could write a whole book, but like short stories or like, dare I say, poetry. Though I hate to say that because that's been a whole thing lately. I don't want to go into it because I'll put my family business out there, but I could write a poetry book. The whole thing could be written by AI, and then I could sell it on Amazon. I would never do that. Fuck AI. Ugh. Girl, don't be using names in the chat. People see this. You're gonna get in trouble. I don't run anything through AI. I've never even used it. Yeah, there's... I could take this as an insult if I really want to. do I know how to spell privilege? I think I do, but just purely. again, I'm gonna start reading them so that people can be able to fully. Because again, I don't know how easy it is to see the writing when I'm writing. Okay, what's on my mind? 0820. Feeling like no matter what I also hold on. Okay, it's 20. I was like, I thought so, but now that seems wrong. Okay. Feeling like no matter what I do, it will never be good enough, especially for my adults. It feels like everyone else gets support, help, and recognition, and I'm always expected to deal with everything on my own. My struggles, my accomplishments, I'm my own adult, but also the adult for my siblings because nobody else ever shows up. It's been this way for as long as I can remember, but it is weighing extra hard lately while I try to chase my goals and dreams with no audience, as I watch others get supported and much less, as they get more success purely just from the support, not because they worked hard, not because they are good people, but just because of their privilege. Getting help and support from people that should be showing up for me that way instead, and should have been for a long time, instead of me struggling and finding my own way the same way I have been since I was a small child. Not out of jealousy, but out of sadness for an undiagnosed, scared, hurt, absolutely traumatized little kid that I now have to be the adult for. And yet I still feel all those feelings on top of the adult feelings that are just as heavy and complicated. Carrying around a heart that is heavy with sadness every day, still the loner, having no support system or friends, when I know if given the chance underneath all the sadness, there is so much deep, unconditional love waiting to be free. When is it my time? For success, for happiness, connection, friendship, community. I've overcome so much and continue to do so. Survived another day to get to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So when do we get there? See, I would feel so weird making a book, because even this feels really weird. But this is all like, I would love to talk more about my past and the things that I deal with as a person. I just don't always know how to like make a video, because it's like, I don't know, you put a video up on YouTube and you're like, anyway, I'm severely traumatized, so here we go. But I mean, I see other people do the same, and these are the same type of people that helped me realize a lot of things about myself and go get help and all that, so. But also, just so everyone, this is not a cry for help or anything, it's just, like, I'm in a lot more stable place than I was for a very long time. It's just very difficult navigating having ADHD and then CPTSD and PTSD. Like, it's just unfortunately like last morning stream we did. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's kind of a forever thing for me, and I just have to learn how to grow around it and hold it better, because a lot of the things that I have to deal with as a person, like, there's a lot of things that have happened in my life where it's like, you know, it's not like it's too late for me, it's just that I don't know, like, I don't know, it being too late for me is like, that's a sad thing to say. I don't want to say it like that, but like, I don't know, like, you know, I've had a lot of issues with like going to therapy and doing like EMDR, because I realized after a certain point that like EMDR does not help me a whole lot, just personally. Like, it's very helpful for some people, it's just for me personally, like, I've had a lot of issues with being with my therapist, and I'm trying to do like CPTSD stuff with me, you know, working on that, and like, you know, us doing EMDR, and then so much comes up and they're like, well, no, you have to focus on one thing, and I'm like, yeah, but like, that one thing is like a drop in the bucket. Like, it's kind of hard when the whole, like, you know, unfortunately, since I was a little kid, I've been through so much like very severe trauma, so like, you know, my brain is kind of already developed differently, things have been rewired differently, like, you know, there's a lot of triggers, there's a lot of heaviness, so it's like, you know, once you see the world a certain way, it's like, I can't just shut that off and then act like a normal person. Like, I have to learn how life works for me personally. Like, again, these things, like, it's not like I can just take a magic eraser and be like, rub it off and it's gone. Like, it is there, and it's deeply ingrained in like the fiber of my being. So Like, how do you navigate the world in a way that works for you? Because, like, all hope is lost. Like, you know, there being no hope for me. Like, that's not how I feel. It's just, I think, I don't know. It's just a matter of, like, being like, okay, this is the way life's been for me. This is the way that my brain works now. Like, what? How do we cope? How do we cope? How do we heal in the ways that are actually going to reach me? And what things am I going to have to carry despite the healing and like despite the growth? And like for me, like being on medication helped a lot. Like a lot. Yeah. Like I think I've also met a lot of other people with CPTSD who have like, you know, I've literally spoken to people who have like treatment resistant like CPTSD and stuff, like where the, you know, doctors kind of shrug their shoulders at you and they're like, well, medication doesn't work, therapy doesn't work, so. And it's like I unfortunately kind of feel like, you know, like again, my medication helps so much. Like I don't feel depression or anxiety the same way that I used to anymore. Like it's very different. Like I lived with like ideation for a really long time of like not being here anymore. I'm trying to think of ways to say this so it's not so like you know, I don't want to get flagged or anything. I also don't want to use like language that's very like we are talking about heavy things, but anyway, you know, but I don't have that ideation anymore. Like it's not really there anymore. Like when I'm overwhelmed and I feel very hopeless, like instead of the thought of like not being here anymore, I have the thought of like, where do I want to be in 5 years? Like I'm not happy where I'm at, so like what do I need to be doing so that in 5 years everything is vastly different and I am happy and I feel fulfilled? Like instead of wanting things to end, I want to see things get better. Like, and I'm very grateful for medication for that. That's something that I really never thought, and that's a good amount of that was just from medication, and therapy has only enforced that. But you know, it's really lovely to be pushing for changing my life rather than ending it. But you know, there's also like my medication, I'm on Wellbutrin, so I have a past with abusing substances, and unfortunately a lot of that was stimulants, so I can't take stimulants purely for one, just like my passive addiction. I've been sober for years and years now. Like, let's see, I think my next sober anniversary is in November, right? Yes, November 25th. I will have been 8 years sober from drugs. So it's been a very long time. And because of being on Wellbutrin for some reason, it affects my heart. So my heart will be totally fine, but I cannot have anything caffeinated. So I can't even do a caffeine anymore purely just because of my medication. But anyway. Yeah, like a like just stimulant substances just were not going to be the solution for medication for me. Also, yes, almost a decade. I will also be like very freshly like healed from surgery around then, so I'll go Korean barbecue. That's what I want. I want to go Korean barbecue. That's gonna be my celebration. I love Korean barbecue. Oh, or we could do hot pot. Or we could save hot pot for my birthday. Or we could do both. You know, you guys, if I can throw things either onto a grill or into a pot, count me in. I love hot pot and I love Korean barbecue. Anyway, yeah. I also, I have mixed ADHD. So I've also heard that it's not really like, you don't really, I don't know, everyone's different, but from what I was told, like, yeah, like stimulants don't work for me the same way. They work for me differently than neurotypical people, but it also works differently for me as a neurodivergent compared to other neurodivergents. Because like I used to abuse Adderall very heavily. I also was a Coca-Cola head. I don't know how to. I don't want to say things directly. I do not have these issues anymore. I've been sober for a very long time. I don't even smoke weed or anything. I don't smoke cigarettes. Nicotine, none of it. I'm like straight edge, like probably textbook definition straight edge at this point. Yeah, like it just made me feel very weird, and I think that made me feel weird differently than, you know, neurotypical people, but it also still made me feel weird being on the substances. So that's actually why I never realized I had ADHD until I started getting professional help. Like literally my therapist is the one who, like, I was talking to her about some issues that I had, and she's like, I don't think that's depression. I think that you have depression, but I don't think that your depression is causing those things. And so I got evaluated, and I have mixed ADHD. Anyway. My medication is very helpful for both my ADHD and my CPTSD. That's why I was put on Wellbutrin, because I was given another option, but I was working between my therapist and my primary, because I went to a psychiatrist originally to get evaluated, just like a full evaluation, and she was very helpful, but she was not very kind, and I had tried getting in contact with other psychiatrists, and every time I tried to see a psychiatrist, they were just so cold and awful, and I was like, I don't want to deal with psychiatrists, so I worked with my therapist and my primary care doctor, which is also why I've kept her for so long, even though I have to go like 4.5 hours away to go see her for my follow-up, my yearly, like, you know, follow-up. I love her, and she's been so helpful, so I really don't want to lose her until I find someone who is on her level. But yeah, the one that my therapist kind of wanted me to get on was very intense and had a very low success rate, and also with all of my health issues, my primary felt that that would like amplify all of my physical health issues, and I would just be even more uncomfortable and in pain and miserable all the time. So we landed on Wellbutrin, and I'm so glad we did, because it like saved my life. It is something that I'm like so comfortable being on for the rest of my life, as long as it keeps working, and I really hope it does, because it has been like a godsend. With all that said, medication for me can only help so much, and it helps a lot, like a lot, but you know, like, unfortunately, like, I also am autistic, and I am like very like, I'm more on the end of like autistic meltdown, of like how my overwhelm and dysregulation kind of comes out, which I've also gotten a lot, I don't want to say better, because I think that people are valid in their experiences in neurodivergence. It's not an easy thing to navigate at all. So like, even though I'm medicated for my ADHD, like my brain, like, it went from like having a fan going full speed and a room full of like sticky notes on the wall to like the fan got turned off, but there's still sticky notes on the wall, but I can read them all now. So it's like, you know, I know the ADHD is still there. It's just easier to deal with now and navigate around and work with. But like for autism, like I'm still like working on very actively unmasking. That's very hard for me. Like, it's something that I've hidden away for my whole life, because I never realized I was autistic. I just always thought there was something really severely wrong with me. I also got called the R slur a lot as a child, before I ever really had any realization that I might be autistic. And yeah, like, when I was like a teen / young adult, like, I had a lot of those things pointed out to me, that like things that kind of just slipped through the cracks that I didn't really realize I was doing. and I got made fun of very heavily for them. And again, never really thought that I was autistic, just thought something was really wrong with me. Like, I don't know, like, I don't get social cues always. Like, I'm very bubbly, and I just love being a part of things and being around people and being friends with people. And that just does not work with neurotypical people, and I've had a lot of people hate me and not understand why they hate me, and I've rubbed people the wrong way a lot and not understood why. I come off very annoying to people. So it's also, hence my horoscope, and me kind of writing that out. I'm very, like, I don't know how to have friends anymore and be around people because I've been very severely abused and bullied by other people. But even just like I fidget a lot. I have a really hard time with like eye contact. So if anyone ever meets me in real life, I'm not looking at you in your eyes because I'm being rude. It's because I have a very hard time with eye contact. But I've been called out for that many times and made fun of for that. And again, I kind of always thought maybe it was just like a trauma thing because I never really realized that I might be autistic. But now it makes so much sense. But I've been made fun for that. Yeah, fidgeting. I also like a lot of times if I'm standing and I'm not paying attention, I'm just kind of vibing out. Like, especially when I'm like doing dishes and stuff, I stand on the sides of my feet. Like, my feet literally are like this. Like, instead of flat, they're like that. And it feels nice. Like, but I never realized, hey! But yeah, I never realized I stood like that. Until someone pointed it out and was like, what the F is wrong with you? And like, I was like in my young 20s and living in a community like a punk house, for lack of a better word. Like, we had shows in our basement, blah blah blah. But one of the guys that I lived with came downstairs and I was doing his dishes, not just my own, but like everyone in the house's dishes, and he made fun of me really hard for it. And that's when I realized that I stand like that, and I never really realized because it's just me doing me things, just hanging out. Yeah, I struggle a lot with my autism. It's just very hard to unmask fully because I have been very high masking my whole life and not even realizing it, and now it's like there's so much that I've denied myself that I really need to stop doing, but it's so hard to even know where that starts. But yeah, I also I'm one of those people, unfortunately, like when I get overwhelmed and it just hits, like I hit my limit, I have autistic meltdowns versus like autistic shutdowns. So autistic shutdowns can happen for me every once in a while. It's more autistic meltdowns, which I've struggled with for a very long time. Like, they started very heavily, especially when I was a teenager, and I just couldn't mask as much as I did as a kid anymore, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I think when I lived in that house and I was with my ex, he was severely abusive, which nobody wants me to talk about that, but that's something I'd like to start talking more openly about too. But not to get into too much detail, I was like having a psychotic break being in that situation, and being a neurodivergent individual. I would have both very intense panic attacks, but then also autistic meltdowns, and I know the difference now that I'm 28 years old and have been in therapy and gotten help and understand myself better, and I'm continuing to learn. But yeah, like, my meds also help with that. I don't have panic attacks or anxiety attacks anymore, which I'm very grateful for. But autistic meltdowns still do happen. I'm trying very hard, especially with that. Like, I still struggle with unmasking a lot. Yeah, like I at least now, like, I don't ever have autistic meltdowns in front of other people, except for my partner, unfortunately. But like, I've never had an autistic meltdown in front of like friends or anything like that. But like now, I because I have a better understanding of things and I'm still learning, every day, I can kind of acknowledge when things are getting to that point now. So a lot of times now, instead of like fully just having a meltdown, which it still does happen because I'm autistic, that is just the reality of autistic individuals. So some people can never get to the point where they can understand where things are at because everyone works differently and everyone has their own journeys, and that is okay. But for me, I've started to be able to kind of understand when I'm getting to that point. So before it hits full-on autistic meltdown, a lot of times now, like, I I end up like just crying, like just like inconsolable crying, and like trying to communicate and talk through everything that I'm feeling, instead of having like full-on autistic meltdowns. Because also autistic meltdowns suck. Like it literally the next, like for the rest of the day and the whole day after, like if I have an autistic meltdown, it feels like I'm hungover for like a day and a half. Like terribly, like I can barely function. I just feel terrible. So I also just don't want to hit that point because it's like not fair to me as much as it's not fair to other people. To have to like see that. But again, I think that neurodivergent individuals deserve a lot of grace because we already deal with so much judgment from other people, like, you know, especially for people that are later diagnosed. Like, you are relearning the whole way you've lived your life up until that point. Like, when I got my diagnosis, like, my whole world felt like it got, like, turned upside down, and I was like, everything that I thought about myself and about the world around me, just, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it is all so much different than I thought, and I'm very grateful for my diagnosis. It's just, you realize, like, how wrong everything you've learned is because you've been living in a world that doesn't make any sense for you and being treated unfairly because you're literally just autistic. Like, I've spent my whole life up until getting my diagnosis thinking there's something severely wrong with me. Like, when I first got my when I first went to see a psychiatrist to get evaluated, I thought that I might have, like, bipolar disorder or something, because I've had a lot of people get mad at me and be like, you're bipolar. Not that there's any hate towards people that have bipolar disorder or anything like that. Like, all the love to you. I know that it's very hard. I know a lot of people personally who experience that, and I know it's very difficult, so I'm not bad-mouthing anyone or saying that there's anything wrong with people who struggle with that, but that's what I've been told my whole life, so that's what I thought maybe I was struggling with and needed help with, but I do not. Like, I don't show any signs of having bipolar disorder. At first she just told me that I have very severe, like, the psychiatrist just basically told me I have very, very severe PTSD, and then I put myself in therapy immediately and started getting help, and I got evaluated more and more for things, and so yes, I am autistic, and I have ADHD, and I have CPTSD alongside PTSD that are both very severe. But all that being said, medication helps so much with some things, but, like, there's no medication for autism. Like, that's just something that I need support with, and all the therapists I've worked with up till now have not been very helpful with that, unfortunately, even though, like, I've seen a lot of therapists who claimed that they've worked with neurodivergent individuals, but I've not really gotten a lot of support for that. So a lot of things I still struggle with, like, are related to, like, my CPTSD and my autism, because, like, I don't know, it's hard to really know how you're supposed to navigate things when you're not really getting, like, support and guidance, especially with, like, unmasking. Like, it's very hard to understand fully, but, you know, I'm trying to be very patient with myself and learn where I can and get support where I can. But yeah, I mean, my ADHD rants. With all that being said, though, like, yeah, being an individual with CPTSD and PTSD, it is also difficult in that way. And ADHD, I don't know. Like, basically my whole point is, like, there's only so much that I can do to help. Like, medication only does so much, and again, it was a godsend and it does so much, but that is only, like, one piece of the puzzle. You know, a lot of dealing with things is coping and having ways to, especially with autistic individuals, like, having places that are safe where I can fully, like, let the mask come off, and where I feel safe and can really just, like, have that moment of, like, safety. So it's also something I've never had in my life until now, really. But yeah, and I don't think all hope is lost for me. I just think that, you know, it's just a matter of learning how to give myself grace and navigate in a world that makes sense for myself. And having the understanding that these issues aren't going to fully go away. It's just learning how to grow around them and hold them better. And navigate life finally in a way that makes sense for me. But yeah, it would be a lie if I didn't tell you guys that I'm in a much better place, but I do carry a lot of sadness as a human being. And I also think, to be really honest, I think that's normal. I think that me being sad is totally normal. It's a very valid, rational response to the things that I have experienced in this life, and also, honestly, not just things I personally experienced, like the things that I have had to experience just living in this world, especially in my adulthood. I mean, I've witnessed some really horrific things just in the world. So how do you go from witnessing so much terrible things as a human being just personally, and then going out in the world and the world is what it is? If you're not paying attention, then I guess it's really easy to not feel that way, but I have a lot of empathy and compassion, and I don't know, I just don't feel comfortable closing my eyes and not paying attention to the world around me. Especially, I'm a woman, and I'm pansexual, and, I'm neurodivergent, and I have, mental health and physical health problems, but, I'm still a white person. I have a lot of privilege, and I think that if I just sat in my bubble and pretended just because of all my struggles I shouldn't care about anyone else, that's really shitty. So I still have an obligation to show up and pay attention and do what I can to make the world a better place for other people. But yeah, that does weigh on me. Paying attention weighs on me, and it should weigh on everyone. If you're not absolutely devastated by the world that we live in, I think that it's not, I don't know, it's not really a way to live, not caring about anyone else. So yeah, I think that, I'm sick of being labeled as a sensitive person or overly dramatic or, problematic, because I don't keep my mouth shut in the face of shitty shit happening. That's something that's very important to me. It's no matter what, holding on to my humanity for dear life. I will never not be angry for someone or sad for someone. I think that I take it on myself too much at times, but I would rather that than not care at all. But yeah, it is very hard being a person sometimes. I am filled with so much sadness at all times, because just the world that I have seen personally has been a really terrible one, and the world that I have become an adult into is pretty bad. But again, it's not one of those things where I think all hope is lost. It's just learning how to live a life that makes sense for me personally, and learning how to live a life that makes sense, that contributes to a better world. Because the world we're living in right now is not, this can't keep being the world that we live in. The suffering that exists where it doesn't need to because of literal just hatred and greed is bullshit. So that's kind of what I mean when it's I'm sad, but it's not I'm, a threat to myself or anything. It's just the reality, the rational, valid response to the things I've been through and the things that I'm experiencing every day. Kind of hard not to be sad. And it doesn't get in the way. I'm, as much sadness as I feel, since being medicated and having the things that shouldn't be there, I don't deal with ideation anymore. I don't deal with very, very severe depression anymore. It's just like now that kind of the numbness of all of the severe things are kind of taken away, it's just like, yeah, I just feel sad, and I think that's okay. Like, everything, the conclusion I've come to so far since being in therapy that everyone has kind of told me is basically, unfortunately, baseline, I think I'm always going to be sad because of what I've been through. Like, that's kind of just like, I think I will always just baseline underneath everything be sad. But that sadness at this point doesn't get in the way of me feeling happy, because I can feel very genuine joy. And I think because I feel that baseline sadness, when something happy happens or I see beauty in the world, like it makes me that much more happy, if that makes sense. Like honestly, just like an example, like my sister's kid had a recital, and when I saw my sister's kid go on stage, I wept. Like, then very genuinely could feel it from like my core, how proud I was and how happy I was and how blessed I felt to be able to experience that moment in my life. But then I also wept for the other kids that performed, because I was like, what a beautiful thing watching these like little kids express themselves and feel proud of themselves, and you know, like, I feel things so, and I mean, also I think this is just from being neurodivergent as well, and not really having that like mask of very, very intense depression there. But like, yeah, like despite the baseline sadness that I feel, it does not get in the way of me feeling like very genuine, deep happiness and joy. Like, when I see something beautiful in life, it really hits me deep how beautiful life can be. It's just, yeah, unfortunately, just, I think, you know, it's just something that I need to own up to. And I think that like eventually when I find my people and I find my community and my friends and my connections, like, that's just something that I think needs to be an understood thing, is just like, just kind of deep down underneath everything, I am sad. I'm sad, I'm sensitive, but there's so much room for joy and warmth and happiness and beauty. It's just, sometimes I just need a fucking hug. Not from my therapist, because I don't think my therapist should have hugged me with all of my issues, but like, you know, sometimes like I just need a hug. I just want to be hugged. I want to hug people, and I want to be loved by people, and I want to hug people and love people and have that part of me comforted and be able to comfort that part for other people. Like, and yeah. I don't know. That's, I think, my whole rant there. Going back to what we said the other day, I just think that people need more grace. I need grace. I want other people to get grace. Period. Yeah. Yeah. We do owe it to the world to make it a better place, especially, like, again, you need to understand your privilege. That is a huge thing, especially white people. We need to understand our privilege, because, like, if you're not, then that does make you a bad person. I'm sorry. Like, you do need to understand where you do have privilege in this life, and you do owe it to the world to show up however you can. I'm not saying that you need to go and, you know, like, if you're disabled, you can't just go in the streets and fight. Obviously not. Like, but, you know, you do owe it to people to show up however you're able to contribute to making the world a better place with your privilege. Like, the world should not just work for one type of person. Like, the world right now works purely just for straight white men. And it shouldn't, because the history of how we got here is pretty fucking awful, and white men should not be at the top. They shouldn't have ever been, and they especially should not be now after everything. But yes, we do owe it to the world to make it the best place that we possibly can. For everyone. And yes, a good place for ourselves as well. Like, you owe it to yourself to make your little bubble, like, you know, the little world that you live in, the best possible world for yourself, so you can keep showing up every day and feel fulfilled and happy. But on a bigger scale as well, you need to make sure that you're showing up to make the world a better place for others as well, and it's not just for yourself. I think I worded that the way I wanted to, but yes, just remember, you're not the only one that lives here. You're not the only one that exists. Like, you should not be the only one that gets to be happy and comfortable. Like, especially, again, the world that we're living in, like, things should not be the way that they are right now. Like, people should not be suffering the ways that they are, and I mean this from people in detention centers, to homeless people, to low-income people, to, I mean, not to be, like, I don't want to say this in a way that is just, like, but I mean, there's a lot of, like, black people being killed right now. I don't want to word that and say anything in a way that's just very harsh and startling for people, but, like, the things that are happening to black people right now as well, alongside, again, people in detention centers and everything else, like, it's just, this is not how things should be. Like, that's awful. That's awful. This is not how things should be. It should have never been like this, because, again, like, it's been going on for a very long time. Unfortunately, this is nothing new, but it should have never happened. It should have never happened, and it should not have continued to happen. It should not be happening now. So, shit needs to change. So, we all need to do our part to show up in the ways that we can, because, yeah, that's just it. Suffering and horrible things like that just shouldn't exist. I don't know, I'm one person. I don't know how to make everything magically better, but what I can do is listen to other people who, you know, listen to immigrants and refugees and people of color when they tell you what you need to be doing, because it should not just fall on all of them to defend themselves and make things better, because, again, privilege, you guys. But yeah, I just very genuinely believe in a better world for everyone, and I very genuinely believe in doing my part to try to make things better any way that I can. Not just for myself, but everyone. Except Republicans. Anyway. If you're a harmful, terrible person, then just fuck right off, thank you. Anyway. Oh boy, I thought we found a spirit. But I digress. Aside from heavy topics, let's see. Yeah, they have it more than easy. Idiots. I'm over it. I'm over it. There's so much that could be said. But it's first thing in the morning. If you're a bigot, then I hate you. Okay? Plain and simple. Like, I think you're a terrible, evil person, and yeah, all the damage and evil that you've done is unforgivable. And I hope you rot in hell. And that's all I'll say about that for now. For now. but let's see. Let's think of a lighter topic to maybe end this stream on. Let's, for anyone on here, let's do some, can't think of the word I'm looking for right now. Let's speak some happiness into ourselves, happiness and love. Okay. Let's see. You are a valuable human being in this world. Especially for anyone that feels afraid or they don't belong or like things aren't gonna get better for them. You are a valuable, worthwhile, lovable, beautiful person. I'm sorry that the world feels so heavy for you right now, and I'm sorry that there are a lot of people in this world that are truly terrible people. But that does not mean that is a reflection of who you are as a person. That does not mean that should dim your light in this world. That does not mean that you don't have a place here. If you're struggling, things will get better. I know that it feels like they probably won't. And I'm telling you, trust me, like I know there were lots of points in my life where I didn't think things were gonna get better. And I know how shitty it can feel when it feels like people are dismissing your pain and your suffering and the things you're going through. By just being like, you'll be fine, things will get better. But as someone who has gotten sober from every substance that I used to struggle with, from alcohol to drugs, you will get out of this. Things will get better. As someone who has struggled with wanting to stay here on this earth and is still finding her way, you will find your way. Just take baby steps. Even when it feels like it's not going anywhere, at some point you're gonna look back and realize how far you got with each baby step. Things do get better. They do. Things get better. Life gets better. There's a lot of beauty in this world that is yours to find. Again, I know that it doesn't feel that way because, again, things are very heavy and scary, but that does not dismiss the fact that there is a lot of beauty in this world. Make sure you take your medication today if you need to take your meds, take your vitamins if you need to take your vitamins, hydrate, drink water. You can also drink things that aren't water. Sparkling water, I think, counts, but I would drink some water alongside sparkling water. Juice, flavored water, put some fruit in some water, that's hydration. Gatorade, Powerade, stuff like that is hydrating if you want flavor. Maybe still drink a little water alongside it, but you know, hydrate, just hydrate. Try to drink water if you can, but hydrate. I see eat food. Food. Fuck diet culture. Fuck diet culture. If you're not eating to make yourself healthy, then fuck it. All food is good food. All food is good food. Eat food. Take care of yourself. Don't let anyone tell you how you should be eating or what you should be eating. As long as you are healthy and taking care of yourself, that is all that matters. And I say this as someone who has eating disorders in her past. Okay, I want people to understand that I'm not just saying these things because I think that words are going to simply fix things. I just want you to know that someone who has been through a lot of similar things cares and wants you to be well, and I want you to thrive. See. You're intelligent. You are beautiful inside and out. Your opinions matter. Your feelings matter. You deserve to be heard fully. You deserve to show up fully as yourself. If you struggle with a lot of things that I struggle with, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Nice to end it all. You should be here. Even if it feels like you shouldn't be, you should be here. Because no one else in the world is you. You being here is very, very special and very important. Because there will never be another you to add their beautiful shine. And we need more of those beautiful shines and less of whatever the fuck is going on right now, okay? Please keep showing up as yourself. Most of all, I love you. I love you, and you should love yourself. I'm sending you hugs and kisses if they're wanted or needed. And I think that you should hug yourself as well and give yourself some kindness. And yeah. Thanks for coming to my little morning, whatever the fuck we've been doing. I will see you again tomorrow. At 4. I think we're doing Mecha Chameleon. I'd like to. And yeah, we'll have to figure out what game we're doing next week for Frick Around Friday. I gotta start brainstorming that because I haven't done that. But yes, I will see you tomorrow. Be good to yourselves. Please. Don't let the bastards get you down. And, why do I keep hitting the lighting to close that? Yeah, I think that's it, my loves. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me. I literally roll out of bed to do these, so if I look the way that I look, it's because I literally rolled out of bed to come hang out. So, yes, I haven't even eaten anything yet. We're drinking water though, but I'm gonna eat after I'm done streaming. I'm gonna take my own advice and take care of myself too. But yes, I love you guys. I will see you so soon. Also, the sweater is fucking chill. I'm gonna fall. Oh my god, I'm gonna knock things over my desk too. I love this sweater. Very comfy, cozy. But yeah, that's all. I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. Please take my advice. Take the words that I said to heart, please. I hope that you have a beautiful day. I hope you have a good day at work. I hope you have a good day off. I hope that you get everything you want done. I hope you get everything that you need done. Yeah, I just hope you have a good day. And I hope you have a good dinner. And I hope you have a good bedtime. I hope you sleep so good. And then I hope you have a good morning tomorrow. And then a good day until I see you at 4. Yes. I'm gonna stop ranting now. Love you guys. Bye.